Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us. Merry Christmas. I am Brad Reese, executive producer of The Shift, and I am here joined by the writer, director, creator of The Shift, Brock Heasley. Brock, how are you?
Hello, hello. Good, good. How are you doing, Brad?
I'm doing well. I said Merry Christmas. I should have said Merry Shiftmas.
Well, Merry Shiftmas to you as well.
Thank you so much. What a special time of year, everybody. We're in the cold of winter, but we get the Christmas lights to remind us of the light coming into our souls. This is a special time of year to remember what matters most, and we get to spend it with family. And I hope if you're not already with your family and loved ones, that you're making preparation to do so. Guys, we've got an exciting announcement tonight. We're gonna get right into it, but let's talk about the holidays, guys. Let's bring it down here. During Christmas time, it's busy. Have you been busy, Brock? I imagine you've been a little busy.
No, it's been very relaxing. Haven't traveled, haven't been doing a million interviews. None of that. None of that. No, it's obviously it's crazy time. We had a movie come out. Did you know about that?
Yeah, you released a movie. You had multiple rollout screenings of it in different places. You've been jet setting on multiple continents, helping get this to the
Yep.
world. And yeah, you've been busy. Lots of people busy out there. And
Yeah.
we know it's a hard time of year to just get extra things done. And movie watching is a staple for Christmas time for many people. It's hard to get to the theaters sometimes. I know a lot of people do get to the theaters. It's not easy for everybody, right, Brock?
No, it's not. In fact, we've been getting a lot of messages from people who are like, "Hey, you know what? It's busy," or "Hey, I'm not feeling too good." A lot of people get sick this time of year, and so
Yeah.
we've definitely heard from you, from maybe some of you that are watching right now, that that getting as much as you would love to get to the theater is really really difficult to see the shift right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, how about a little early Christmas magic? We are excited to announce to you that if you've got family gathering in, but you've got presents to wrap and food to cook and joy to be had and figgy pudding to find a recipe for, we've got you covered.
To
And
define, that- who knows what figgy pudding is? Nobody actually knows.
it's in the carols that people are asking for it.
So's a partridge in a pear tree, but most people don't ever think about what that actually is either.
That's true.
I don't know what
we
that is.
Well, we've got dictionaries to get out to find out what some of our Christmas lyrics are referring to. Um,
But look at us. We're delaying our announcement. We're just teasing it out. We're drawing it out. People are just wanting us to shut up and tell them what it is already.
I know. In the biz, we call this building anticipation, and we hope it's working. All right, let's bring it right to you guys. If you are one of those folks that have a billion things going on, have been hoping to see the shift, looking forward to seeing the shift, and haven't been able to make it to the theater, we've got something pretty exciting to announce to you. The shift is now available to stream during Christmas. I know a lot of you are thinking, wait, it's in theaters. How is this even possible? Brock, you're probably thinking that right now.
Yeah, this is shall we say this is unprecedented. This isn't a normal thing. I don't think Angel's really
Nope.
done this before. But it's Christmas, and when it's Christmas, we give gifts. That's what we
Yes.
do, right?
Now there's a tiny asterisk. It's an exciting asterisk, and we'll get to it and we'll explain it. It's not just free out there or even like available to pay for just anybody. This is part of the Angel Guild. So the shift is available to view for Angel Guild members. Now, lest you be out there thinking like, oh, I thought this was going to be more exciting than that. Let me tell you how exciting this is. First of all, this may never happen again. It's probably, as far as I'm aware, it's the first of its kind, to be able to do something like this. But what this means is you get to join Angel Studios and doing some cool things. And I'll explain what being a Angel Guild member means. But you get to do some cool things. And during Christmas, when family's coming in, it's actually the best time of year to watch movies at home. Just across industries of entertainment, people know when you're home for the holidays with family, you're looking for something to watch. And we're excited to tell you that this year it can be the shift. And we're excited to talk about why and what the overlap, the fun overlap between Christmas and what Christmas is about and what the shift is trying to say. That's very related. But let's talk a little bit about it. Brock, did you want to add any flavor to that before we dive a little bit further?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, this is a pretty great way to see the shift. If you cannot find it at a theater near you, if you're not able to get there, and some people may be thinking to themselves, "Oh, the shift at Christmas. I've seen the trailers for the shift. It looks like a sci-fi movie. It looks kind of dark, maybe. It looks kind of intense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that this looks. Maybe even to you, you're thinking the shift looks scary. Why? How is this? How is this a Christmas movie? And I'll be honest with you, like when I conceived of this film and we shot it and we edited it and we did the whole thing, and I never once thought of it as, oh, this is the perfect Christmas movie. But a funny thing happened between us completing this film and getting this film out there,
Yeah.
is that a lot of people started making a connection between the
Yeah.
shift and Christmas in a way that was really unexpected. And in fact, there's been multiple reviews that have said that have given this description to the shift. This isn't something that I came up with. This is something I've seen other people say, which
It's
is that
amazing.
it's
I'm
the
excited for
Matrix.
everybody to hear what Brock's about to say. It warms
Yeah.
my soul. Go ahead, Brock.
It's the Matrix meets It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Now, two different movies I cannot think of. Two more different movies I cannot think of, and yet I have to admit that's pretty accurate. That's not bad. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to describe the shift, which is a little, admittedly, a little challenging to describe sometimes, the shift or the Matrix meets It's a Wonderful Life is not too bad. And here's why. And I think this is where that's coming from. This is a time of year in which we are looking for hope.
Yep.
And it's also a time of year that's a time of reflection, where we think back on the year that was. We think back on the trials and the toils that we've had and what we've come through to get here, and that's very much what the shift is about. It's about the trials that we go through, the darkness that enters into our lives, but the hope that we have on the other side of that. And I think, in particularly with the ending, it's been so amazing to see people respond to this film and really connect with the ending. There is this emotion that is happening for people at the end. That's even more than I think anybody at Angel or anybody on my team anticipated, where people are really feeling this incredible feeling at the end, which is not unlike how you feel, at least how I feel, when I watch It's a Wonderful Life. I have this incredible feeling. I've seen this man pass through, George Bailey. You see him pass through all
Yeah.
this garbage, and I mean, and if you think about it, It's a Wonderful Life, it is kind of a dark film. The main character literally is trying to commit suicide, and that's a dark topic. And yet, because we pass through that and we get to that light at the end of that movie, there's nothing quite like it. Now, I'm not going to say that the shift is on par with It's a Wonderful Life. That's an all-time classic, and the story of the shift and its placement has yet to be written. But
Well,
I do
and
think that there is something valuable, that to be said about the way that the shift is centered around hope, and how hope at this time of year especially is so important.
yeah, no, you said it spot on. Look, and I'll say it. I think the shift is so inspirational. It's the same thing. If you relate to like most people with a pulse, if you've cried tears seeing the plight of George Bailey and finding out, that people care and that there is hope in the darkest
Mhm.
moments of your life, the shift is going to hit that same chord. And Brock, for a lot of you folks out there, you've probably heard and are familiar with the empty tomb message that's
Mhm.
present within the message of the shift. We've helped sort of bridge the divide and make the connection. We've even got an empty tomb ornament out there for you. The He Lives message on the one side, and the the stone door rolled away
The
from the
symbol.
empty tomb on the other. Yep. So this is a
Yeah.
beautiful symbol. If you want to help make the connection to Christmas with the shift in your home, you can do so. I believe we've got a URL we can send you to that. It's angel.com/he lives if you want to pick up one of those for your Christmas tree. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's bring it back just a second here. So yeah, this is an amazing movie for Christmas time. I want to tell you a little bit about the Angel Guild. If you're not an Angel Guild member, Oh, go ahead, Brock. Were you going to
Before
say
you do
something?
that, Brad, yeah, I was going to say we never addressed the Matrix part of it,
Oh yeah.
which is
I was gonna
yeah,
say, don't guys, don't recoil at this at all. There was a time when bacon on your maple bar donut sounded taboo. Like, let's be afraid to cross, contradictory things here, guys. Let's be bold,
yeah.
okay? Tell us about the Matrix part of this.
Yeah. So look, Brad's right. Bacon on maple bars is amazing, and there is so much room. There's so many more stories that we can tell. The Shift is definitely a different kind of film, and you want to go into it excited to see something new and to see something different, and maybe to even be challenged a little bit about how genres can cross over. But the Matrix part of the equation is that, yeah, The Shift is a sci-fi film, and there's guns. There's some guns, and there's some cool action and stuff like that. And in that way, I've always kind of thought as of The Shift as kind of a family film, because is even I mean, hear me out
No,
on this.
look, hey,
Um,
everybody, go with him here. He's got a good point to make. Let's go. Go ahead,
I'm
Brock.
not saying I'm not saying The Matrix is a family film. I wouldn't say that. But I
Hmm.
think The Shift kind of is, because as much as it's got action and it's got violence and things like this, I took a lot of care to make it appropriate.
Hmm.
So, there isn't profanity, there isn't
Nope.
any sex. The violence that is there is not graphic. You're not going to see blood spraying everywhere. That's not what we're doing. I actually, very pointedly, to our stunt team and to our practical effects team, I told them, I said, look, we're going to do, when people get shot, we're not going to do gun spray. We're not doing that. I know that's how it's done, but we're going back to the 1950s on this. And,
Yep.
and, and we're going to do it the way they did it back then. And that's how we're visually going to represent violence in this film. Like, that was the specific directive. And I say that because I do think this is a family film, in the sense that you're not really going to be watching this and having to shield your kids' eyes. It is an intense film. So maybe for very young kids, you may be like, oh, well, thematically, like, this is kind of intense. And maybe on that respect, maybe they're not going to be, engaged, or maybe you won't want it for them. But in terms of just pure content, I'll hold The Shift up as something that not only is appropriate for the family to watch, but also, that multi generations are going to really enjoy and have something to take away from it. Whether it's the sci-fi-ness and the action and the world building, or the romance, or just that message of hope. I haven't heard from a single member of a single generation that there hasn't been somebody in that generation that has really just fallen in love with this movie and taken it as their own. So I want to encourage people, if you haven't seen The Shift yet, this is the perfect opportunity to
Yeah.
check it out. And if you have any hesitations, check it out for yourself before you show it to your family. But I would submit that this is a film that everybody can gather around, and everybody can enjoy. And I'll tell you, for my part, I know in my home, there's very few films like that these days that all of us can enjoy together. But I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in the theaters, and I've heard those reports from people. That's how this film is being received, and that's,
Oh.
for me as a storyteller, as a filmmaker, that is so exciting. It's really, really exciting.
No, beautifully said, Brock. And hopefully, if you're watching this at home, you're like, yeah, no, what have I been doing not seeing this? Now, to be clear, if you're still able to make it out to the theaters to see the movie in theaters, do that. But if you
For sure.
would like to watch this at home right now, this is an option to you. Let's go ahead and bring up the URL there, angel.com/guildshift. And you can become a member of the Angel Guild and watch The Shift right now. There's some other great things that come along with that. Let me just walk you through that real quick. So, along with being able to watch The Shift before anybody else even dreamed possible, again, this is basically unprecedented and may never happen again. You are also able to get early access to Sound of Freedom. Get early access to After Death. After Death is an amazing movie that recently was distributed by Angel Studios that talks about the amazing thousands and thousands and thousands of recorded experiences of people who have had near-death encounters and came back to share the beautiful things that they saw. It's so faith-promoting. It's another hope-affirming movie that you should watch after The Shift, frankly. And then, in addition to that, any Angel Studios original, you'll get early access to that. Here's where things get fun. You additionally get, well, more fun. We're already having fun, but you'll get 2 free tickets to any Angel Studios release in theaters. So the guild members that existed already when the shift initially came out, they got their free tickets. They got to enjoy the shift in theaters as part of their guild membership, and you can continue that. And I want to tell you right now, the Angel Studio slate for this next year. Talk about New Year's resolutions. You're going to want to see what we've got coming next, folks. There's some fantastic movies coming next. And with your guild membership, you get 2 free tickets to every Angel Studios movie. And then the next, and maybe the coolest part of all of this, is you get to help shape the future. Maybe you've heard people discuss this, but entertainment dictates culture. And if you are someone who wants to positively contribute to the culture that we all share together by ensuring that the stories that we're participating in and enjoying and being entertained by as a society, if you want to impact making sure that let's say that you're just kind of feeling like, man, what Hollywood gatekeepers put out, I'm not satisfied with. I didn't ask for a lot of these movies. I'm not interested in going to the theaters to see them. I don't want to participate in my dollars to watch them. I like what Angel Studios is doing. Well, we want you to be active participants in that. And so we actually get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of submissions of finished films and TV shows, or what we call torches, which is just not a fully finished production, but a partially finished production that you get an inside look at early. You get to take a look at those and tell us if you want those to get made. And that's the green light process at Angel Studios. That's what gets decided, that is what decides what we take to theaters and what we bring to our streaming platform. And what we bring to the Angel Guild is the people who belong to the Angel Guild who vote for that. So if you're out there and you want to make a positive impact on culture by choosing the films and TV shows that get promoted to the culture, join the Angel Guild and watch and vote, and your vote counts. And that's how we got the shift, is people went in and voted it through, right, Brock?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. The shift would not exist without people just like you standing up and saying, this is a film that needs to be made. We had our torch, it went out there. Over 6,000 people invested in the shift and said, we want this movie to happen. And it's because of them that it exists. And that it's because of that it exists that it's now able to give hope and a good time to so many people now.
Yeah, no, and these are people who said overwhelmingly that the shift amplifies light. If you're looking for something this time of year that amplifies light, the shift is it, guys. It's and it's on. Let me wax a little symbolic here, guys. This is the time of year when the light coming into the world is at its shortest. The sun comes up later, and it sets sooner than any other time of year. I think it's a good time to invite light into our homes, don't you think, Brock?
No, absolutely it is. And this is a time of year when that it can be really difficult for some people. For some people, this is not a joyous time of year. This is a time of year that's a reminder of those that they've lost, or it's a time of loneliness. I have a big heart for people that are going through stuff like that. And I've been really encouraged by the reactions that we've gotten to this film, for people who are experiencing moments of darkness right now, people who are experiencing a time of loneliness right now, because the shift is very much about that as well. It is about feeling alone. I've been very encouraged by their response to the film, where they have come away from it feeling encouraged themselves, and feeling a little bit of light enter back into their hearts. So to me, it's another way in which the shift is actually super, super appropriate for this time of year.
Yeah, no, and I again, I may get off the rails just a little bit here, but go with me, folks. I love. Now, a lot of folks out there, a lot of scholars, people who study this thing intently, I think a lot of people agree Jesus probably wasn't born on December 25th. That probably happened during a different time of year. However, I appreciate that we celebrate Christmas this time of year because of what you just talked about, that this, when it's a little bit colder and a little bit darker, our thoughts can introspectively go to places of loneliness. It's easier to feel isolated. And Christmas reminds us that we're not alone, and Christmas reminds us that there is hope, and that our Maker has sent hope to us to never have to feel alone again. And I think that's so beautiful, and I think what an amazing time of year to surround ourselves with not only that Christmas message, but other entertainment that help us feel that and know that. And I'm excited to tell you folks out there, The Shift is part of that. And I hope you'll take the time to watch it this Christmas season. It's just right on par. It's right on par for what we're trying to feel this time of year. Don't you think, Brock?
Yeah, I mean that's certainly my hope, and certainly I know when I watch it, which I'm totally biased. It's what I feel, and it's certainly the feeling that I invested the film in, just as a storyteller. I'm not interested in just putting things in the world just to entertain people. To me, there's got to be more to it than that, and so I'm excited. I'm excited that a whole new audience now is going to get a chance to check out The Shift. And I'm excited to. I hope you'll share with me your reaction. I hope people as they watch it, they will talk about it with others. We've found that people have a hard time not talking about this film. There's a lot to discuss afterwards, but I
Yeah.
would love to hear from you.
Oh goodness, this is I can't think of a very long list of movies that are this evocative and thought provoking and conversation provoking than this one. So definitely watch it with your family. You're gonna have some conversations afterwards. There's gonna be I know, Brock, you left things open ended in a very strategically and beautifully artistic way that you want conversations to happen afterwards, right? Like you're not trying to spoon feed it.
Absolutely.
You're not trying to spoon feed. You want people to think and you want people to talk afterwards. I think that there's going to be a lot of fun conversations around the dinner table if people watch this movie.
No, totally. This is not a film in which I was trying to just spoon feed the audience. Here's all the answers to all the questions, and here's all the answers are there. And I think as people have dug into the film, they have they have been able to discover those nuggets and those clues and those things that have given them a broader and greater understanding of the film. But more than that, I think people they connect with the theme straight off. I think what this film is really about is something that it doesn't really fully reveal itself, I think, until the very end. But it's very clear, I think, to a lot of people what it's about. And what it's about actually, it varies from person to person. I think that's been really exciting to see. I think if you were to ask 10 people what The Shift is about, you're going to get 10 different answers. I
Hmm.
think the answer changes depending on the person and who they are and where they are in their life. I think even people who have seen it more than once, and the highest report I've seen so far is 12 times. There's a woman who's seen the movie
Wow.
12 times. I
12
know, but
times.
I've also heard from many people who've seen it 3, 4, 5 times. And one of the interesting things that I love that they say is that, yeah, it meant one thing to me the first time, but then the third time or the fourth time it meant something completely different to me. I think this is one of those films that just and this is to my surprise. It's to my surprise and to my delight that it is able to do that. It's able to be that malleable in the way that it's received. So I think there's something to dig into. I mean, that's what we're hearing from audiences, is that they just love digging into this film, and the more they dig, the more they're finding, which is just so fantastic. Those are the kinds of films that I personally love the most. Those are the ones that I take into my heart and my home, and that I revisit time and time again. And if that's what The Shift becomes for somebody, then mission accomplished as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
Absolutely. If you want to dig in and if you want to be able to have the opportunity to watch The Shift as many times as you want, please go ahead and head to the URL there, angel.com/guild shift. You are going to have the opportunity to become an Angel Guild member. You can watch The Shift now before anybody else gets to. Uh, this is unprecedented to be able to watch it now like this. It may never happen again, so take advantage of this opportunity. You'll also get early access to other amazing Angel Studios originals. You get 2 free tickets to every movie that Angel Studios takes to theaters, and you get to vote on what projects, what movies, what TV shows Angel Studios takes on next. That makes basically you become a movie executive. You get to make the decisions instead of the folks down in Hollywood. So we invite you to join us, be part of that at the Angel Guild. So angel.com/guild shift. Brock, I wanted to talk with you. We've received some fun content here. So people have been sending reactions to The Shift. We've got a few things we wanted to watch together. So we're gonna go ahead and go to that real quick, and then we'll come back. Brock, do you wanna tease us a little bit here about what we're about to see, or do you want to let people be surprised a little bit? We've got some fun reactions. We want to share it. What are your thoughts here?
No, I mean, yeah, like what we're about to show, I think, is really fun and really exciting, and it shows, I think, not only the different and very passionate, very passionate reactions to the shift, which has also been surprising and very exciting. But I think what you're also going to see is you're going to see so many different types of people. You know, like it is one of these films that has this appeal that's reaching across generations, across genders,
Hmm.
and so you're gonna see that in these reactions. There's all kinds of different people. Somebody probably just like you is you're gonna find yourself in here. Maybe
Yeah.
literally yourself. I don't know. Maybe you're watching right now and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's me. But yeah, please take a look and check out these reactions to the shift. These are genuine fan reactions. People who have seen it in the theater and were moved enough that they had to share it with the world.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and roll it. Let's take a look, guys.
I just came back from seeing the movie called The Shift. So for anybody, well, this is actually my second time going to see it. So for anybody who has not seen it, I want to encourage you to please go see the movie. The reason I say please go is because it has such a good, positive message, and it's one of those movies that everyone needs to see. I think that it's a beautiful movie for self-reflection, a beautiful movie to also understand God and understand how finite we are as humans, right? And
it was incredible. It left me just wanting to do more, and it just fills you with that hope that we always have a hope in Christ, and there's always that light at the end of the tunnel. Please go check it out and tell your friends. Just give it a shot because it was so worth it. More movies like this need to be made and shared.
Just saw The Shift, man, it was so great. The message of that, even in darkness, there's a little hope, man. Definitely go watch The Shift and tell me what you think.
I personally enjoyed it. I got a lot of revelation from it, and I'm just thanking God that no matter what I go through, just the breath in my lungs made me so grateful to be able to know Him and to be able to get to serve Him. Because I've been through some challenges, I've been through some pain, I've been through some problems, some struggles, some storms, and I'd rather go through it with God than without God.
Wow, it was amazing, and I definitely think you should check it out. It was so good, and the movie was really about how the world can be a really dark place, and sometimes we lose hope. But in this movie, the main character, Kevin, is able to find hope and goodness and kindness. And I believe that in this time of year, it's something that we can provide to other people too, hope.
Wow, you know, I'm going to give an endorsement for a film right now. It just pops into my head. Could get in trouble for this. Lisa and I went and saw the movie. I think we might have been the only people in the theater. It's too bad. It's a modern day takeoff from the book of Job called, what's it called? The Shift. And that guy, he's a Christian, by the way. The guy that plays Satan, how'd you like to have that? Hey, I'm a Christian, I'll play Satan. The guy, you know, he's a very famous actor. Man, if a guy can act like that on a movie screen and be so convincing, imagine how convincing Satan is.
Hi, my name is Anisha, and I wanted to share why I just paid it forward for 10 people so that they could watch The Shift. I'm a convert to Christianity from Hinduism, and my faith journey has had such an impact by those who have shared the Christian faith with joy, with authenticity. And watching this film and the retelling of Job, I think the world needs to hear it. I am hoping so many of my friends and family and those who are in my group who listen to me and who I can influence can get to this film, watch it, see it, and share it with others, and encourage others to see it too. And I love what Angel Studios is doing.
I just finished watching The Shift with my cousin, and it was everything and more than I expected. I love everything that you're doing, and keep going. I love you, and thank you.
These are the kind of movies we need. We need more of these movies. We need more of smart, well-written, well-produced movies that have a strong faith message, because Usually they're just one genre, and so this is something that we need to see more of. So it was fun, man. Proud of my boy Brock. He really nailed it.
Oh man, I love that. Brock, how does that make you feel seeing those?
I mean, look, you don't create art to shove it in your closet and just to be the only person who sees it. You create art so that other people can enjoy it and see it. And so to be for what is to me is the end of an 8-year journey, and to see reactions like that, to see people embracing it like that, and seeing in it both what I intended and even sometimes in some cases more than what I intended. It's extremely gratifying, and it's an extremely I don't know. I feel extremely grateful that people are responding in that way. It's awesome. It's just awesome.
No. It's great, and I'll just take the time to say, for you folks at home, some of you have been on this journey with us for a very long time. Some of you are new to the shift. I just want to tell you that Brock has been working on this for years and years and years, and it was born out of some of the darkest, loneliest, and trying times of his life, and is the culmination of so much sacrifice on the part of Brock and his family. And I just tell you that so that you know artistically that it's coming from a place where I know. I know what this movie, at least for me, is trying to say, and I think it's so beautiful. That there is goodness in this world, and there is reason to believe, and there's reason to have hope, and you can have that even if you're going through something extremely difficult. And I love that that's resonating with people. And for just the entertainment buffs out there, I'll just say, if you haven't seen The Shift yet and you're not sure, don't be worried about crossing genres. Don't be worried about a movie that's a little bit faith and a little bit inspired by the story of Job and a little bit crossing the multiverse. And if you're hearing the word multiverse and you're like, no, I've seen too many of those lately. This is different, okay? It's different. So
we promise you it's different.
But and like you said, there's some sci-fi elements, there's some action elements to this. There's different things there. And if you're like, I don't know if I can cross those genres, I just want to tell you, I recently had a peanut butter and jelly cheeseburger, and I didn't think I could do that. I thought that was too much, but crossing genres was rewarding. It was a pretty good meal. I don't know if this is going to be that exactly. That's a little extreme, a peanut butter and jelly cheeseburger, but I will say that I think a faith story finds a very comfortable home in this movie about a man fighting his way through the multiverse to get back to the woman that he loves, and finding a struggle in that, and finding loneliness, and being told that he's worthless, and still knowing that his maker did not make a worthless Kevin, that there's reason for belief. Anyway, I'm waxing again.
Brad,
here.
Where can people go to watch The Shift right
now, folks? If you're wondering, okay, Brock, Brad, you've got me. I'll watch it. Go right now to angel.com/guildshift. Become a member of the Angel Guild. You can watch The Shift at home for Christmas, and it's a great Christmas movie. It's George Bailey in the multiverse. It's great. It's so it's just fun. Even that coming off the tongue is like, how does that work? It works great, guys. Go to angel.com/guildshift. Have fun. Enjoy Christmas. Watch The Shift at home, and join the growing guild at Angel Studios of people who choose what you get to watch, and not Hollywood executives, not Hollywood gatekeepers. You guys get to decide what culture is here. So thank you so much for being with us. Brock, any parting thoughts?
No, just I'm excited for everybody to see it. Thank you to everybody who invested into this film and made it possible. This is our last live stream of the year, so I'll just take the quick opportunity to thank not only all of our investors, but to thank the team that made this happen. Producer Ken Carpenter and the producing team, and our actors as well, our incredible cast, and then everybody at Angel Studios who brought this out into the world. We're just it's an exciting. It's been a heck of a year, and this is a great way to cap it off. We have brought the Shift to theaters, and now we're bringing it to the whole world.
Yep, absolutely. Shout out to you, to producer Ken Carpenter. You guys have taken on the Herculean task of undertaking this film and bringing it out to the world, and I want to thank both of you guys for the incredible efforts you put into this, and the rest of the team at The Shift. From Angel Studios to you at home, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and enjoy the time with your family, everybody. Take care, and we will see you in the new year. Have a great night, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Kevin, Molly, hi. I didn't come over here honestly expecting a date, but I feel like that's where this is going.
And in despair I bowed my head.
There was a righteous man, and his name was Job. And one day, God decided that he was going to take away his protection.
There is no peace on earth, I said.
Can we weather a storm together, Kevin?
Maybe. Nice to finally meet you, Kevin. Who am I? I'm called many names. Who am I really? Chaos. Imagine having the power to move people from one reality to the next, to shift them. Where's my wife? I shifted her.
Heavenly Father.
Are you praying? Well, that's a first.
Then rang the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep.
These pages, they're giving hope back to South End.
I search for signs, glimmers in the darkness. This is him. And he's turning his face towards me.
The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth.
He puts his people to the test.
You've been here for 5 years. How much more patience you got?
God is here. Everything you've put me through just makes him that much easier to see.